Hi, I'm Johannes of NewGadgets.de and I have something from Switzerland over here, and that is the new Tag Heuer Connected Modular 41 smartwatch. At the Geneva Days 2018, Tag Heuer already introduced their third smartwatch generation. The two previous models were quite big, so they introduced a smaller version now that will maybe also attract the women. And in this review, we are going to unbox it, have a detailed look at this smartwatch, and of course we will also compare it with its bigger brother, the Tag Heuer Connected Modular 45. So let's roll the intro and start. So here we have the box. Let's unbox the smartwatch first. And inside the box we have another box, and maybe you're familiar with it if you're already owning the Tag Heuer Connected Modular 45. Underneath it you can find some manuals, and when we open up the box you can directly see the Connected Modular 41. Inside we have the accessories, so there is the charging adapter, we have a cleaning cloth, there's the USB cable, and of course also the AC adapter. And that's it with the unboxing. Let's check out the watch. And let's dive in directly to the most important point, and that is the size. So like the name says, we have now a size of 41 millimeter, and the thickness remains the same, 14 millimeters, and the size from lug to lug on the Modular 41 is 54 millimeters, and on the Modular 45 it is 58 millimeters. So that's also a difference of 4 millimeters. 4 millimeter, that doesn't sound a lot, but to be honest, on a wristwatch it is a lot. And as you can see here on the video, the Connected Modular 41 looks much smaller than the Modular 45. I think there were a lot of customers that complained that the Modular 45 was just too big. And I have to admit that the Modular 45 is not fitting to everybody's wrist. You really have to already have a big wrist. So for example, my wife, she cannot wear the Connected Modular 45, it just doesn't fit her. But it's not only a problem for women, there are also a lot of guys that prefer smaller watches. In an interview with Jean-Claude Beaver, the CEO of Tag Heuer, in June last year, I talked with him about this topic, and he was already mentioning that they were planning a smaller version. So it's nice to see that they're reacting to the wishes of the customers and introduced a smaller version with 41 millimeters now next to the big 45 millimeter version. And let's check out the technical specs now. We have an Intel Cloverdale Peak processor. For the system you get 1 gig of RAM, and the user gets 8 gigabytes of internal storage for the apps, for example. You're connecting to the smartphone with Bluetooth 4.1 LE, and the smartwatch itself can also connect to the internet via 2.4 GHz Wi-Fi 802.11 BGN. The internal battery has a capacity of 345 mAh, and Tag Heuer is mentioning that with normal usage you get up to 25 hours of battery life. The charging time for an empty battery is 1 hour and 50 minutes. The 1.2-inch AMOLED display has a resolution of 390 by 390 pixels, which gets you a pixel density of 326 pixels per inch, and the maximum brightness is 350 nits. In the Tag Heuer online shop you can configure your Modular 41 just like the Modular 45. You can change the colors of the bezel and also the wristband, so you can really make your personal smartwatch. And thanks to the modular system, at home you can really change the lugs with the wristband really fast and change it to another color, etc. The operating system is Android Wear 2.0, and it's compatible with Android 4.3 and higher and iOS 9 and higher. Over here you can also see that the Connected Modular 41 has a tang buckle, while the Connected Modular 45 has a deployment clasp. Also the wristband is smaller on the Modular 41. Let's check out the watch. When you swipe to the left you see all your watch faces, and I think there's a watch face for everybody here. So we have the minimalistic 3-hand design, chronometer, GMT, and also the skeleton Heuer 01 watch face, which is my favorite. And there's also the Tag Heuer Studio, where you can really go into the details when creating your personal watch face. And in my opinion, that's really the advantage of smartwatches and also the reason why I wear smartwatches. If you do nothing with the watch, it will go into an energy saving mode that shows less details. So for example, there will be no second hand, but of course you will see the time. And if you turn the watch towards you again, the energy saving mode will stop and you will have the full watch face again. And when you press on the crown, you will get into the menu with the apps. Over here you can set up reminders, check out your calendar, open up the fitness app so you can analyze your training, or you start the Google Translator that helped me last time in a taxi in Taiwan because the taxi driver couldn't speak English. You just say what is airport in Chinese and it will also show you the character, and you just show that to the taxi driver. So it is pretty convenient and super helpful. In the Google Play Store, you can search for more apps. There are really a lot, and thanks to the 8 GB of internal storage, you can really install some apps over here. Another advantage of a smartwatch are of course the notifications. So you don't have to look at your smartwatch all the time. If there's a notification, just check the smartwatch and you see if it was important or not. So I get all my Instagram messages over here, for example, or I can see if somebody opens my front door. You can also see if somebody calls you, and you can take the call or reject it. If you take the call, you have to use your smartphone after that, of course, because you cannot talk via the watch. So let's talk a bit about the battery life of the smartwatch, which is a bit tricky because everybody uses its smartwatch a bit different. So Tag Heuer says up to 25 hours when you use it normally, and I would say just charge it every night so that you have a fully charged smartwatch on the next day. And when I use it with the lowest brightness and in airplane mode, just as a digital wristwatch, I can also walk around 2 days with it. So just for your information. The Connected Modular 41 is already the third smartwatch of Tag Heuer, and it is now specialized for people who prefer smaller watches. In my opinion, they found the perfect balance between functions and size, because it is now much smaller, but it is still easy to use and easy to read. And I can recommend the Tag Heuer Modular 41 because it is one of the most beautiful and high quality smartwatches on the market right now. And if you have any questions about the Connected Modular 41, just leave me a comment down in the comment section below and I will answer it as soon as possible. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up over here on YouTube, and don't forget to subscribe my channel so you won't miss any of my upcoming videos. So thanks for watching and see you in my next video.